Alright, welcome guys. This is another video on market review and outlook. Starting with gold on the weekly time frame. Price is currently within this range. It's still bullish though, but it's dangerously close to this weekly low. If it does break it, then we'll be in for a downward trend for sales long term. Let's move over to the daily time frame to see if we can get anything better there. So on the daily time frame, nothing serious is happening. We are still seeing this as a valid place for, let me change this color. This is sorry, excuse me. This is still a valid place to sell from in case price goes there, but this is a long-term view. I think that is it. Not really finding anything there. Price is still bearish. On the H4 time frame, H4 is also bearish. Now you can see that this zone has been tapped and it's reacted off of it, which is worth a follow. You subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel. You can see that it's tapped it well. So what else? It was a very clean sell on the lower time frame. I'll show you how the sell came about when we get there. But it tapped into this zone and started reacting off of it. Now we don't know what could happen at this point. Now since it has been mitigated, it can just go up or it comes down. Mind you, we are coming from a very clean demand zone. So right now there is a serious war between buyers at this level and sellers at this level. So anything can happen. We just need to keep on watching. Moving down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, we are also bearish, right? Okay, no, we are bullish now. We are bullish. So as we are bullish on the 1 hour time frame, this could be an indication that the buyers are more inclined to win this battle, because you can even see that there is one zone here that price is reacting off of. A very neat zone. Very neat zone. So price is reacting off of it. Also, after reacting, it came here to react off of this one. So let's go through it. What did price do? Price came to this zone, bounced off of it, came to this zone, bounced down, came to this zone, bounced off, and then came to this zone here, and it's seeming like it's moving. So this is just a very powerful way of seeing how supply and demand zones work in real time. So please do well to like and subscribe, drop your thoughts or comments. So it's looking more likely to continue pushing up. Now this could be liquidity, anything can seriously happen, and we might be seeing more upward momentum. Anyway, on the 15 minutes time frame, so anyone looking for sales currently, I advise you be very careful and conservative with risk management and also trade management, because it can go anyway. So anyway, how did this trade go about? Remember I showed you the supply zone on the 4 hour time frame, which was this zone here. If you go down to the 15 minutes time frame, you'll see that this was a very clean engulfing candle formation. So my normal trade system is just to enter at the close of that candle, place my stop at a protected level, and then since I saw this nice demand zone, I just knew this demand zone would have a very nice reaction off of it, and could even cause a reversal. So I just decided to place my take profits just before that level, and you can see that my whole prediction played out well. Currently, if it had been someone that did not really understand supply and demand zones, this trade would have, let's say, assuming they were targeting a high like here now, this is what they would have been dealing with. And it's very likely that it's going to even hit the stop loss. But experience will always teach you to not be greedy and always place your targets and your stop losses at relevant points. Anyway, moving over to silver. What do we have on silver? On the weekly, we already know weekly is bullish. We don't need to waste time there. On the daily time frame, what do we have? Okay, on the daily, nothing has happened yet. This is still a valid zone. I've not yet seen a reaction off of, and it's currently ranging around this point. The consolidation is crazy. Well, nothing serious. This whole area is just consolidating. Let's go down to the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, silver is bearish. Now silver is bearish And this zone, this looks like a very, very clean liquidity sweep just waiting to happen. So if price gets all the way to this level and then I see a bearish engulfing, that would be a very, very nice trade to take. Maybe target some early places around here before you even get to this point, if I can find. But anyway, this is one that happened. This is a supply zone, and you can see the bearish candle formation. You can enter there. You can enter on the 4-hour time frame and on the 15-minute time frame, anyone that suits you. So you can see that the entry here also worked well. Entry at this point, stops above the level, and targets at this point here. So that is it. This is another place that price is reacting off of. One thing I love about supply and demand zones, they are very, very clean. Now, we couldn't get anything here. If you had to take a trade, this is the engulfing formation, but it's already halfway to the exit. So it was not really a valid one. But if you wanted a quick scalp, just let's say 1:1, you could have easily taken your entry at this point, placed your stop at this invalidating point here, targeting this place. So that is it. But still a 1:5 is quite okay. So if you actually wanted, you could have taken the trade quick 1:1.5 and you leave. Anyway, so moving over to the 1-hour time frame now. The 1-hour time frame is still bearish. Nothing serious has happened. Okay, let's check 15 minutes. So on the 15 minutes, we finally had a break and then a new range was formed. So if you want to watch to know how ranges are, how I teach ranges or how I know ranges, just watch my video on my Forex page. The channel is already linked in the description. Just like and subscribe to all of them. So after this change of character here, price still came here to change character again. So now we are on a downward trend on the 15 minutes time frame. On the 15 minutes time frame, nothing serious has happened. This is our new range high. Remember to watch the video on my Forex channel to understand ranges. 15-minute range, and this is the 15-minute range low on silver. So that is it. Moving over to US oil, the weekly time frame is bearish. Going down to the daily, price seems to be coming into the zone. One of the zones should be, or all should be, points to trigger from. Okay, you can see here that it's reacting off of this zone here. It reacted off of it and it seems to be moving. You should be seeing a drop from here or maybe here or any other place. Honestly, we don't really know. Moving over to the 4-hour time frame, and I think yes, this is where the zone is very obvious. Consolidation before a sharp move away. Consolidation before a sharp move away. So that's where how I was able to get those zones, and it's looking like it's moving quite nicely to that point. Price has started stalling at this point here, meaning it could actually be about to respect this zone, but we shall see. Right now, I was waiting for, it would have been nice honestly if price had tapped here first before going up, so that we'll at least sort of take a trade here, stop loss here, and target this zone. But if it does come here and we get an engulfing, then it will be nice to enter here, target here, and let me draw this well. If we get an engulfing here, it will be nice to take a trade here, stop loss here, and target just before this zone. So that is it. Let's see if we have a new market formation. Okay, we don't have yet on the 4-hour. Let's move to the 1-hour time frame. Okay, so now we have a new market structure. This was the low that caused this 1-hour high, and now this is the new high. Okay, moving down to the 15 minutes time frame, do we really have anything? We might actually be seeing price making its reversal now, because now it is on a downtrend on the 15 minutes time frame. So yeah, this is it. This is the 15-minute range. This is the 15-minute range. So it's also a possibility that price just breaks this and continues moving higher, but we don't know. This is a very, very nice place for price to react from, and I think that's where it's reacting from now. So yeah, this is an engulfing candle formation. We could be seeing sales. We don't know. Let's see. We could be seeing sales here. Maybe target. I believe this zone here could see price make a reaction off of it. So this should be like a sort of 1:2. Let us see. Yeah, I think price could come all the way here, and if it does come to that zone, we might see it start reversing from there to move up, or it just breaks through the whole thing. I don't know, but this should be a very, very safe place to get out of the market. Finally, on US oil. On US oil, we are bullish on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, we are bearish on the daily time frame, but you can see that price, this is a valid place for price to come to. This we could also see price come here and then start making a reaction off of it. Same thing with this place. On the 4-hour time frame, we are bearish, and these are the zones that are still intact. I expect price to do something, come to one of these zones and give us a valid reaction. On the 15-minute time frame, what do we have? Okay, now we have formed our range. If you watch that video, you will know why we didn't have a range until now, because during the last analysis, price was at this point, so we couldn't mark that as a range, but now we do. And this zone is still a valid zone to buy from. Let's say hopefully it comes down here and then starts moving to the next one. So that is it on. Okay, no, this is a mistake. This is meant to be the 1-hour range, since we're on the 1-hour time frame. Yeah, 1-hour range. So finally, on the 15 minutes, what do we have on the 15 minutes? This is 10 minutes. Then price came here, broke this level, this point, and I think it has broken again. So now our new range high is here on the 15 minutes, and our range low is here. So that's it, guys. Thank you. And okay, look at this nice reaction. It didn't really react off of the zone, but it did give a weak move. So this could have been a clean entry. We target sort of this zone here, just 1:2. Let's just see what happens. So yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see you again later. Goodbye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.